A philosophy of art is the discussion of what constitutes art. Such philosophical thoughts is known as aesthetics. It covers beauty, taste, and creation. But when boiled down to it, aesthetics is one simple question. What is art? The answers often depend on the individual opinion, and a large number of philosophers have ventured to answer it in their own way. So we have the five philosophies of art or theories of art. First, imitationalism. Second, formalism. Third, instrumentalism. Fourth, emotionalism. And the last, institutionalism. So that are the five philosophies of art or theories of art. So first we talk about imitationalism. So what is imitationalism? So imitationalism refers to art that focuses on things being realistically represented. So that is imitationalism. Examples of imitationalism in 20th century art. The first one is Andy Warhol. 16 Jackets, acrylic on canvas, 1964, pop art. The second one is Dwayne Hanson, Young Shopper, 1973, pop art. And the last one is Richard Estes, Central Savings, Oil on Canvas, 1975, hyperrealism. So that are the examples of imitationalism and 20th century art.
Okay guys, I'm here to report my assigned topic, the different types of formalism. First is abstract expressionism. First artwork named Sky Cathedral. Louis planned to create this kind of artwork on 1957 and the art was constructed on 1958 and was finally created on 1960. Second one is Neo-Expressionism. Second artwork name is Arm Ear. Elizabeth Murray painted his artwork on August 15, 1994 and this artwork related in his life. The third one is Deconstructivism. The third art name Guggenheim and the artwork designed by architect Frank Gehry and it was founded on October 18, 1997 in Bilbao, Spain. The fourth one is Emotionalism Cubism. The artwork named Guernica. Pablo Picasso painted this artwork on April 26, 1937 to June 1937. And the fifth one is the Emotionalism, the German expression. The artwork named The Volunteers. Kate Kollwitz painted his artwork on 1920 because there are many young German soldiers, volunteers, and sacrificed their life during wars. Bye-bye.
Instrumentalism requires that arts move people to act for the betterment of society. Art that serves an instrument for furthering a point of view that might be moral, social, religious, or political. Examples of instrumentalism is Keith Haring, untitled Subway Drawing on 1984, Graffiti Art, and Barbara Kruger, We Don't Need Another Hero on 1987, Neo-Expressionism. Institutionalism focuses on unconventional works of art that can only be identified as works of art because they are placed in a museum or gallery. Examples of institutionalism is Nam June Park in Flux House in 1993, Fluxus, on Kawara February 19, 1980, or 1980 conceptual art. Eva His Rope Piece 1970 post minimalism.
Good day to each and everyone. I'm Anna Ringel Voyasorda and I'm assigned to discuss to you about the philosophy of integration. So, The Kennedy Center offers a comprehensive definition of arts integration. Arts integration is an approach to teaching in which students construct and demonstrate understanding through an art form. Students engage in a creative process which connects an art form and another subject area and meets evolving objectives in both. So, arts integration is about the approaches to teaching. It's the path or road or on how or what to be taught when you are teaching. Arts integration is about including arts in every way of your teaching, like in math, when you teach on elementary grades. You use music to sing the numbers so that the students will be able to remember it more quickly. Then in science, you let them draw the different parts of the body, then label it respectively. Then, to proceed, in arts integrated curriculum, the arts become the approach to teaching and the vehicle for learning. Students are engaged in dual learning objectives as they engage in the creative process to explore connections between art forms and other subject areas to gain greater cross-cutting understandings. The experience is mutually reinforcing and results in deeper meaning making in both the arts and other curricular areas. Arts integration requires that educators engage in professional learning about art standards and how to authentically connect the arts to the curriculum they teach. So, in art integrated curriculum, students are engaged in dual learning objectives as they engage in the creative process to explore connections through the art and the other subject areas. So, in this art integrated curriculum, the students will learn a dual kind of ways, like I said earlier in math. While they learn math, they can learn arts from it. Like in shapes, they can draw different shapes in math, but they can also learn to creatively make it and use the different shapes to create more and more images. So in that case, the students will learn the dual connection. The students will learn about art and the other subject areas. Then, it also requires that educators engage in professional learning about art standards. So, it also requires educators to practice the arts more kind of advanced, more authentically so that they can provide the learners more effective and efficient learnings that connects the arts with other subjects. Then next, according to the Kennedy Center, arts integration is an approach to teaching and learning, supports many tenets for the development of the whole child by providing emotional safety, promoting full engagement in learning that is personally meaningful and challenging. The arts offer wholeness to learning that integrates through feeling and action, weaving together the threads that connect mind, body, and spirit. So art integration can help a child as a whole. So like for example, like in role play, they can share their talents about how emotional they was, how good they were in acting, and by drawing, you will ask the students to draw your favorite animals or what you want to be in the future. Then you will let them write a caption on how they will get to their goal. Then in that, they can learn how to write creatively, how to draw creatively, and how to express their inner thoughts and feelings. Like in this key quote, art integration is a thread that connects mind, body, and spirit. It can connect mind, body, and spirit because like when you draw or write, your physical body, like your hand, is writing, and then your mind is constantly making a constructions of words or imagining an imagery of feelings that you want to draw. Then it can connect your spirit because your mind will construct what you feel, what you want to express, and physical body or hand will be the one who will draw it visually so that the others will see what you want them to know. And through that, your body mind and spirit connects, and it creates a very wonderful creative artwork. And also, you can learn from it. So, through it, the students know how to creatively make an art form and they while learning other aspects. That's what art integration is. It wants you or it wants educators to teach the children art forms while they can also learn the other subjects using art. They can use those art forms, but in other subjects like in Filipino, they can role play the stories they read. Then they can draw anything they want, like in other subjects like English, what they want to be. They can make art. They can apply art in every subjects, in all subjects, and that's what art integrated is. That concludes the introduction about the philosophy of integration. Let me give you to the other reporters so that they can continue the rest of our discussion. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Genevieve Polinar and I am discussing about arts integration supports individual needs. So before we start, let us continue the first discussion. Educators, schools, students and communities benefit from knowing the different ways that art can be present in school. When we don't make the distinction, opportunities can be missed, program can lack clarity, and the arts can seem too unwidely to incorporate into everyday practice. By making the distinction among the different approaches to the arts in schools, educators can be focused their instructions, get clear about outcomes for students, and select the most appropriate approach based on their goals. Ultimately, schools communities are best served when all variations of the arts in education are present. So I believe that arts have a tremendously important place in every classroom. When the arts are integrated into subjects such as math, science, or literacy subject, learning is enhanced and engagement is increased. Classroom, classroom management becomes less of an issue as concentration and motivation are improved. The art encourages individuality and expression, and they enable students to develop an appreciation for student cultural and societal diversity. Not only is involvement in the arts often associated with improved language and numeracy skills, but visual arts and music also provide students with opportunities to develop teamwork skills and self-confidence. So now let us tackle about arts integration supports individual needs. Art integration is powerfully aligned with the principle of universal design for learning or UDL. With the principle of universal design for learning or UDL and provides a range of options for accessing, using and engaging with learning materials to accommodate the broad spectrum of learner variability in every classroom. The option provided through UDL reduce barriers in learning with disabilities. English language learners, students experiencing trauma and or conflict, and students identified as gifted and talented. This approach is an educationally powerful way to provide whole, healthy, and connected ways to learn that support the tenets of whole child initiatives, physical and emotional safety, active engagement, personalized and challenging learning. Universal design for learner. The goal of universal design for learner or UDL is to provide equal opportunity for all students to learn. The impetus for universal design for learning has been the belief of many students. For example, students with disabilities and English language learners access to learning has been unequal. Some believe that unequal access has resulted for reliance on teaching strategies that use only traditional forms of instruction. For example, lecture learning from textbook. With a growing diversity of students in classroom and a deeper understanding of how students learn, educators have been taking a fresh look, making teaching and learning accessible to all students. To accommodate the broad spectrum of learners, universally designed curricula require a range of options for accessing, using, and engaging with learning materials like universal design in architecture with its stairs, ramps, and elevators. These are alternative reduced teacher for individual with disability but also enhance opportunity for every student. Universal design with roots in the design of accessible physical spaces has been applied to learning. The Center for Applied Special Technology or CAS discuss UDL in terms of multiple. So the first multiple means of representation. Teacher represent information in different way using alternatives means for the delivery of information. Second, multiple means of action and expression. Teachers provide a variety of ways for students to actively construct and demonstrate their understanding. Third, multiple means of engagement. Teachers involve students in learning activities that optimize individual choice and autonomy are authentic and as a result are motivating and engaging. There is a powerful alignment between arts integration and these three UDL principles. The art provides a multitude of ways to represent information, multiple ways for students to construct and demonstrate their developing understanding, and multiple ways to capture interest and engage students in learning. Multiple means of representation, the art in their many form, dance, drama, music, visual art, and literacy art and media art offer alternative means for representing information. Arts integration of variety offers a variety of ways for teachers to represent content through multiple learning modalities, visual, oral, and kinesthetic, and as a result, reach a wider range of learners. For example, in the visual art, teacher use line, shape, color, texture, and form to represent content. In music, teacher use rhythm, melody, and sounds pattern to represent content. And in dance, content is represented through bodily motion with varying forms of energy in space and time. So in drama, teacher use both language and physical compression as means of representing content. Multiple means of action and expression. Art integration engages students in the creative process which offer a universal pathway to learning students. First, imagine, examine, and perceive. Second, student will explore, experiment, and develop craft. Third, student will create. And fourth, student will reflect, assess, and revise. And five, students share their products with others. Through the creative process, students build and express their understanding of an area of study. In the art form, using the wide variety of language and formats that the art offer, each art form has a myriad of adaptation to accommodate various learning needs. The creative process is accessible to all learners. It is flexible, it can be altered and adapted to fit an individual student needs. Students can enter the process at different place and move with it at different rates and different sequence. While the creative process is flexible, it is an unstructured student plan and carry out strategies to reach a goal. Throughout the creative process, students monitor their progress and make adjustments along the way to better reach a goal. For example, to create a collage that demonstrate the differing perspective about an era of history. Students develop a plan of action working with a flexible creative process. Some students will research first, some will begin to create by cutting and assembling fabric, strings, and papers, while others might begin by sketching the overall composition. The sequence for creating does not have can be the same for every student. Although students have a common goal, their process for teaching the goal is individual. Arts integration also involves students in ongoing reflection and self-assessment because the products students create are concrete and visible. A dance sequence, a musical composition, a poem, a collage, a dramatic improvisation, it's possible for students and teachers too to examine their progress and reflect on what is working well and what is need improvement. Multiple means of engagement. Arts integration is naturally engaging. Opportunities for individual choice, autonomy, and self-regulation abound. Students are engaged in collaborative learning experience with peers in which they share and build on each other ideas. Consider option, make decision, compromise honorably, and learn to work together to achieve a shared goals. Copying skills and strategies are embedded in the print process. For example, when students are given a problem to solve, such as to demonstrate their understanding of a moment in history through a drama, they must draw on what they know. Both drama and history. Plan which drama strategies will be most effective for the moment they are depicting. Work with their peers to carry out the plans, assess and revise their drama as they rehearse, work together to perform their drama and reflect on how will it meet the criteria for quality. Since students have limited time to create their dramas, there is also a natural pressure and energy that fuels their engagement at The conclusion, students will reflect and self-assess their work, their peers' work, and consider their next step. So in the conclusion, arts integration and UDL are naturally partners. The art offers teachers multiple means for providing information as wide range of learners, multiple means of all students to make sense of and express their understanding, and multiple means of for engaging all students in a particular participatory, collaborative, authentic, and energizing learning experience.
Art integration is an approach to teaching. Approach to teaching refers to how something is taught rather than what is taught. So approach to teaching, it is referring nga kanang giunsa nato pagtudlo, and it is grounded on the belief that learning is actively built, experiential, evolving, collaborative, problem solving, and reflective. So kani daw kanang approach to teaching kanang kuan daw kanang ang batayan daw ani kanang ang batayan sa pag-aaral or ang learning daw ani kay binubuo aning mga experiential, problem solving, evolving, collaborative, and daghan pa, in which students construct and demonstrate understanding. Constructing and demonstrating understanding of one's world is an active of mind-engaging process. So kani ko nung mag-construct ta o mag-demonstrate ta sa atong mga nasabtan kanang usa din na siya sa proseso para atong hunahuna gani kay mas mulawak pa or mas mugana atong utok ba. Information must be mentally acted upon in order to have meaning for the learner. So, once kuno kanang magtudlo ganita kanang natay itudlo nila kanang aron daw masabtan sa ato ang mga learner, ato ni siyang apilan og kanang action kanang silbi aron makakuan sila makasabot yun sila pagtamon or else kanang maka-relate ba sila ingon ana ba. Through an art form, when involved in arts integration, students' learning is evident in the product they create, such as the dance, painting, and dramatization. So, ang pasabot ani is, kanang once gani ang student ma-involved na ning arts integration or kahibaw na aning arts integration, mas dali or mas klaro na nila og unsa ilahang buhaton. Like, example, ang dance, kanang unsa baron ang ginahan nila nga kanang song or choreo sa ilahang sayaw nya sa painting o sa ilahang concept parehas rasad sa dramatization. And today's research points to the power of learning through a variety of visual, oral, and kinesthetic learning modalities so that students can actively process what they are learning. So ang pasabot ani, ang research daw nato karon kanang naanay lain-lain nga strategy or way kanang it can be in visual, oral, kinesthetic, kanang depende ra sa mga estudyante ug unsa ilang gamiton aron mas masabtan nila ang ilahang research. That's all.
Hi, good day. My name is Karen D. Monterana and I am going to tackle about art integration. Students engage in a creative process. The heart of arts integration is engagement in creative process. Arts integration requires students to do more than repeat a song, copy an art project, or follow directions. They must be creative something that is original and value. So arts integration engages to create a creative ways so that students will go beyond their expectation and imagination, making something that is more things that came up from their hearts or their thoughts. If teachers are overly concerned with the net process and product, they trend to make the creative choices for students and direct the outcome. In these cases, the creative process is present, but only for the teachers. If the teachers or teaching artists' responsibility to set a creative problem or challenge for the students, to solve, but not to take over and solve the challenges for the student. So the arts integrations help teachers to rethink the rules they're playing and the relationship with their students, which connects an art from another subject area. A distinguishing aspect of art integration is its interdisciplinary connections. Connections are made between a specific art form and specific curriculum. For examples, the arts can connect the school concerns such as character education, bullying, collaboration, habits of mind, or multiple intelligence and meets evolving art objectives in both. Arts integration requires teacher to set objectives in both from the art form and other subjects. Students are more accountable for significant learning in both art and other subjects.
Documenting learning through arts integration. Documentation is capturing and sharing of the process how and the product what of the thinking and learning that occurred during a lesson or unit. Communicating how students have engaged in a creative process to construct and demonstrate their understandings. Visual and narrative, presented in various formats depending on the intended audience. Reflective, a way to inform instruction. Complex because the arts are often multimodal. So arts integration is an approach to teaching in which students are engaged in creative processes by exploring, reflecting, interpreting, connecting, applying, and demonstrating knowledge of specific objects in multiple content areas. Integration occurs when learned and applied skills in multiple content areas are synergistically and authentically connect to each other. Authentic integration reflects students' life experiences and prepares them to contribute positively to society. Presentation formats: display, banners, boards, posters. Publication, documents for easy copying and distribution. Technology, digital stories, electronic media, recordings, and PowerPoint. As the name suggests, presentation documents are used to organize charts and tables so that you can easily and professionally showcase an overview of your work. The presentation documents window opens outside the application to give you more flexibility for working with, sharing, and presenting charts. Document formats require applications to read and create them, and applications require an operating system to run them. Reminders for documentation. Documentation has a narrative quality. It tells a story, the journey of learning. Documentation does not need to be restricted to a lengthy project. It can be equally effective when focused on brief moments of learning.